Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update on this particularly red morning. We shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. Bitcoin on the 4-hour, it did get up to our what we were looking at as a shorter time frame level to try and get above to then accelerate to the upside. We had a few wicks above there, a few closes above just by the skin of our teeth, but we couldn't get any acceleration to the upside. So the bears took control. They took us to the bottom of this short time frame range, and then slammed us all the way down into what out of the previous most recent price action has been the range that we spent most of the time in. So this range between basically 64 and 60,000, which we were always at risk of dropping back into, and this is the range that kind of has to hold. If we do lose this, we have a good shot of losing this level, and then things start to look particularly bad. Particularly bad for moves further down, clearly into the low 52,000s, and yeah, we'll have a pretty what am I even trying to say? Just a mini bear market on our hands is what we'll have going on. But that all being said, if we do basically hold what is roughly 60,000, consolidate and trade within this range again, and then ultimately, as long as we can break back above roughly $64,000 again, then yeah, we can look to turn around this move down from the highs, which currently from the highs we are looking at a move down of about 12% or so. So yeah, a pretty decent move. I mean, we can mark it out in percentage wise like we just did, or we can just look at the fact we have this wide sideways range that all we are doing is ping ponging around in. Pretty much, it would be nice if we if this little extra above we pushed means that we can push a little bit extra above this our major level, lower level of support, and i.e. This be the bottom of this move, and we can then consolidate here, pump back up, and then ultimately trade onwards and upwards. But yeah, we shall have to see. What happens. I mean, again, that we're just going to play it simple, really, just the levels, and just see whether we do close and break below here, which case we'll be looking at testing this level. If we break below here, it will pretty much be curtains for a few weeks. Not to say that would be the end of the bull market, because if we do want to if we do kind of want to look at like a weekly, expand this out a bit, you can see if we're to lose these levels, realistically we can come down to low 50s, hold above this previous high here, and then that would look particularly good. Also, we have this low here and these lows here. You could still say we would still be in a weekly uptrend as long as we don't take out these lows, and these lows are around like low 40,000. So there is actually plenty of wiggle room if you look at higher time frame charts for us to come back down, putting a new higher low relative to this low, and then just go and put in a new higher high. It would, if you do look at this chart, in any move down even to low 50s would not look too bad at all for us to then turn back around and continue to the upside. So yeah, just bear that in mind when things are looking pretty tragic on these shorter time frame charts, basically. But then, like I said, if you do kind of just look at the fact that are we just consolidating at this high within this area, then it's not too bad. And then we only really need to be concerned once we do lose this basically $58,000 level. The Ethereum Satoshi pairing obviously getting hit with this move, just back below this horizontal, trading roughly where it was a few days ago, in an area that it's been in a few times. So not too concerning, obviously, until we take out this level. We could probably draw in a horizontal here now as well, because we've had a bit of price confluence there, but we'll leave it for the time being. And yeah, realistically, this horizontal, we take this out and it's not going to be looking good. And again, It's not like we are just basically within these two ranges and pinned here, sort of ping ponging around. So yeah, I mean, we may have the etchings of the start of a big reversal for a big move down, but it's just is not confirmed at the moment. The Bitcoin dominance as well, as you can see, actually not looking so bad in the context of what's going on. You can still relatively trading sideways, basically not actually doing a lot. You probably could have expected a lot bigger move up in this, which we haven't actually seen in the context of what's happened. So that is actually interesting. DXY squeezed up now, has tapped the top of that channel fully and formally, officially up there. So congratulations. Now we've got to see, do we get rejected here, start to move down, or do we break out of the top side of the ascending broadening wedge and go on a mad one? Obviously we've got stuff going on with the Fed, with the appointments this week. Will it be JP? Will it be LB Lau Brainerd, however you say a name, Brainerd, but yeah, how we say a first name, Lail or Lal or whatever. But yeah, if she comes in, then things could potentially get wild. I mean, if Jerome Powell stays in, things can still potentially get wild, because we know that he can't really do anything. So yeah, markets is just going to keep going up until basically they don't. S&P looking like it's bull flagging up at this high level. So yeah, keep an eye on that, I guess. Gold still looking relative good here, pushing up. I mean, gold is maybe factoring in that. I think the other day it was on predicted, it was about a 30% chance Lau Brainerd was going to get the nomination. So I guess this is factoring in part of that, because she's just going to do more of what Jerome Powell is doing, more of the inflationary policies, more of the wealth gap encouraging policies. That's basically what they're doing. 10-year has been squeezing up a bit here, as we can see, back above this horizontal, not near these highs yet. I mean, this is obviously just a snapshot of the yield curve, but yeah, it's not doing a lot at the moment to cause too much concern. Obviously once we take out this 1.7, then I think more focus will start to come, but this could have some pretty wild moves based on just Fed chair nominations this week. Let's look at in fact, yeah, that's pretty. In fact, actually Ethereum USD pairing should probably look at that, because obviously lost the channel, moving down pretty aggressively, taking out this horizontal, into looking at obviously the next horizontal. I mean, this area here, I would potentially say this is an area that kind of needs to hold. So we will draw this in and we will shade this in. If we do get below here, then I think things could start to look pretty bad. So we will draw that in. Obviously that is quite far away. We are roughly talking about 4,000, actually, just looking at the number. I wasn't even really looking at the number, I was just looking at the chart. But yeah, so about 4,000. We've realistically got to hold that $4,000 level, this horizontal here. But yeah, I've got more room to come down before there. Ideally we just turn back up from here, but we know how markets work. We may turn back up, put in a bounce, come back down, test a bit lower, trade, and we know how bottoms, we don't really get V bottoms very often. You kind of get them like this, like you come down, up, down, and then ultimately move up to the upside. That's kind of how they come in. So yeah, finally, let's look at those stochastics, where we did notice some of the medium term ones were turning pretty bearish. Well, we're turning back down basically. When we looked yesterday. So yeah, 4 hour diving pretty deep here, still pointing down. But ultimately got a chance to give us that little bit of a bounce. 10 hour did bounce up but turned back down. 12 hour similarly did just turn back up but is coming back down now as well. Daily still diving, 2-day coming down, 3-day down. These are the ones that were a bit more concerning. This 5-day and the weekly obviously turning down. But bi-weekly not bad, monthly not bad. So we have certainly got room to like I said, move down to either these $53,000 levels, or as long as ultimately we hold above this these low 40,000s, then we're okay. But we have got we have got room to move down. In an ideal world, we do basically hold this $57,000-$58,000 level, and it is just one of those squeaky bum times, like we did allude to. If this was going to happen when price action was up here, it's like if we do break down, these are the targets, and then we've just got to play, do we hold this level? So yeah, we could be coming in for a bit of that. A bit of Sir Alex Ferguson's squeaky bum time. That's what we could be looking at, and then providing we do manage to hold it all in, hold it together, then potentially make a run for the top of the channel. So all to play for. These bear, I call them bearish, but these pullbacks, they're not the worst thing in the context of a longer time frame bull market. They kind of in my mind extend how long we will stay in a bull market, because it's just more consolidation, more general sideways before we then make the move. If we just continue to go up only, and then we will obviously burn out the bull market a lot quicker. So I particularly think these are relatively healthy, especially for people that are involved in in yield farming things and stuff like that a bit more. Like, you just want the prices to stay up for a longer period. Obviously time is your friend when you're farming. So yeah, I mean, it is not the worst thing. Obviously there's people that just want up and away. But that is not particularly how markets work. So there we go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.